Music Exchange is a non-profit organization founded in 2009 by chairperson Sipho, Hotstix, Mabuse and Dr. Trevor Jones. The event is one of the leading South African music, film and entertainment digital exchange networks, condensed into an annual 3-day international music conference, masterclasses, workshops and a whole lot of showcases. Music Exchange is based on growing and showcasing local talent in all its forms. The Music Exchange group specializes in mentoring, nurturing and educating the talented individuals. Joining me now in the studio is organizer of MEX 15 this year, Martin Myers, and Naidoo from Africori, a Pan-African digital music group. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me here. Martin, let's start with you. For a lot of people, we've seen the interviews every year, but a lot this morning will be introduced to MEX 15. In a nutshell, very quickly, what is it?
It's about educating, empowering artists about the business of music. We're not teaching you how to play the notes of music. We're teaching you, once you've got that product, what do you do with it? How do you safeguard your interests? How do you work with your rights so that you can have a sustainable career in South Africa? And we've got wonderful international speakers coming out this year.
You also have interesting collaborations, like with Africori. Just take me through some of the highlights of this year's, from the 24th to the 26th.
One of the great highlights is having Africori come down, and Neil will talk about that in a short while. We've got 5 international speakers. Dr. Trevor Jones, who's the world's biggest film composer. He was born in District 6 in Cape Town. Last of the Mohicans, Notting Hill, etc. He has opened his file of facts. We're bringing a gentleman by the name of Mark Marot, M-A-R-C-M-A-R-O-T. He was the head of Island Records. That was the record company that was responsible for U2, responsible for Bob Marley. And he sold over 100 million records. He invented U2.com. Then we've got a gentleman by the name of Brian Michael Cox, 8-time Grammy Award winner, written all the hits for Usher, coming from Atlanta. Then we've got Brandon Bakshi from BMI, British music industry, coming to talk about writing. And it's high-level engagement, it's high-level touch points. It's being held at Grand West Casino from the 24th to the 26th, and Sun International have come on board to partner, and they've given us the venues, so we're delighted.
Let me bring Neil in here quickly. Neil, a lot of people for the first time this morning is going to hear the word Africori. In a nutshell, what is it?
We're a Pan-African digital music company, offering digital distribution to all artists from the continent of Africa wanting to get their music on digital. We distribute to over 200 stores around the world.
This whole idea of digital and what that environment means for young artists, many artists don't really know. They still think in the very traditional sense that I've got to be in a music store with a physical unit, when digital is probably the way to go. What will you be sharing with MEX 15 goers this year?
I think it would be an overview about the holistic digital approach within the continent of Africa. We'll also be doing a workshop showcasing a new digital dashboard which will allow our artists to actually log in and monitor all of their digital sales around the world on a day-to-day basis.
You've got to mix Music Exchange to a point where most artists are looking forward to it every year because of the quality of the speakers. But what's the end game, Martin?
The end game is to turn, I know you've got Bonkani Daya coming on here, to find the next Bonkani Daya, to find the next Sipho, Hotstix, Mabuse, to find the next Trevor Jones. That's what it's about. It's an outcomes-based conference, and I must stress that. It's not a moan shop. You come there to learn, you come there to engage. When you speak to Trevor, you're speaking to Hollywood. When you speak to Mark Marot, you're speaking to the whole of Europe. When you speak to Brian Michael Cox, you're speaking to one of the big R&B, one of the biggest R&B producers in the world. That's what it's about. Bring your product, exchange, hand it out.
But you've also created something interesting where you're going to give young artists an opportunity to spend some time with the biggest producer in the world.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a call in the middle of August for people to write in and send some demos and that. Why do you want to come in a room and be for half a day with Brian Michael Cox about songwriting and that? A high-level touch point. RJ Benjamin's going to host it and that. Imagine the knowledge that you can gain from that, and working together with other South African artists that you might have not met before.
From an Africori perspective, just how big is the digital landscape? I do think we're still trying to wrap our mind around this brand new, vast expanse of what the online world means for an artist.
Well, 70% of music consumption from the continent is local, and 90% of that is of local consumption within the continent is actually accessed via mobile phone. So that would give you an indication of how quickly it's growing. iTunes South Africa is actually the fastest growing iTunes market in the world.
Neil, I'm going to give you the last one very quickly. Just how important is MEX 15? How important is Music Exchange?
It's extremely important. I've been there since, Africori has been involved with Music Exchange since inception. I'll encourage anybody wanting to get into the music industry to come through, engage with us. We are there to assist you. We'll be there to support and participate.
3 days, from the 24th to the 26th. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me here in studio. Martin Myers, organizer of MEX 15. It'll be at the Grand West Casino, hosted by... there'll be great names like Sipho, Hotstix, Mabuse, Dr. Trevor Jones. You've heard an endless list. Naidoo from Afrikari, giving us a sense of what the digital landscape is all about. And they'll be sharing their insights over 3 days in the Western Cape. Go and check it out. Google it, find out more. Let's go to the sports desk. Lebo standing by with that dreadful story of the Box losing to... I mean...